Hey, who's got my hat?
Look, I'm Woody. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Give me that.
Hi, everybody. It feels a little bit big still.
Liar! Liar! Liar!
Hi,
I'm
William.
not a witch, I'm your wife. But after what you just said, I'm not even sure I want to be that anymore.
You never had it so good.
There we go. That's a little bit better. Hi, everybody. How we all doing? Happy Tuesday. We got Jen as a shark. Hi, Catsper. Hello, William. Hi, Ms. Cubist. Thank you so much for joining us. How's everybody doing? How was your Tuesday? How was your Monday? And we were live last night, but that's how that stream went. Oh, God. I'm loving the fantasy build overall. Like, the set is absolutely fantastic. I think both of us had a point last night where we're just like, all right, if we have to work on this set for any longer, we might break something, because we did Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So 4 days in a row and some pretty long streams in there. We were just like, all right, we need a break. We're going to do some gaming this week. I think we're going to look at probably Friday finishing those up. Because it's just, they're beautiful sets, but good Lord. So, we, at least for mine, I found where I had made a mistake. Basically, I had two, I don't have any handy. They're the little, rounded, like, peg pieces, for lack of a better term. One of which is basically 3 brick lengths and one of which is 4. Well, if you don't look really closely whenever you're picking up the pieces and you just see a stack of several of these pieces, you pick up the wrong one, like 12 steps before that. So I had to do a little bit of unbuilding last night. Yeah, I think Wim is also missing a piece, so I'm not sure if she managed to track that down or if she reached out to Panacea on that one. So yeah, both of us were just very much riding the struggle bus at the end of stream last night. I took some time and I did crash out a little bit after we got off stream because I was trying to very gently dismantle enough pieces because I was looking at it and I was like, okay, I think that if there is something wrong here, it is in this specific spot, because I remembered where those other pieces were from. So I was dismantling a little bit and then I was trying to put it all back together. Well, again, I am not under any circumstances the most gentle person with my hands. I got big meat paws here. So I'm trying to gently take everything apart, swap out the pieces that I need to swap out, and then gently put everything back together without disrupting everything else that I've built. It did not go very well. There was a lot of sighing, a lot of, oh my God, a lot of stuff like that. I did manage to get it back together though. It's in one piece. Yeah, I had an incorrect piece or two. I don't know. This Technic stuff is rough. Yes. Yeah, the technical pieces are just... Here's... And I think Whims... I don't think she has any electric moving parts. I don't remember. But with mine, like, there's gears and stuff like that because the windmill will actually spin once it's all put together. And so there's gears and stuff like that, and just trying to get all of those to fit together exactly right and exactly the ways that they're supposed to is a pain in the neck, or other less comfortable body parts. So I got everything put back together. It should all be where it's supposed to be. I still haven't plugged it back in and tested it out though. I'm just like, at this point, if I get to the end and it doesn't actually work correctly, it'll still look beautiful as a display piece even without the electronics. I would like if the electronics worked, but if they don't, it's okay. I'll manage. And it'll probably actually end up being Wim that has to manage with that because I, at least right now, do not have space in my office that will fit this thing as I'm starting to see how tall it is. Let me see if I can grab it without breaking it. So yeah, it is back together. Mostly, mostly good to go. Some of the pieces feel like they are maybe a little wiggly, a little bit loose. But in general, it's back to how it should be. I'm not going to mess with it. I'm not going to mess with it. But yeah, so there's, just gears and stuff running all the way through the center of it. And then whenever I was thinking the same thing, Kim. It is very dull shape.
Don't step in the lava.
So at this point, I think all I have left is the windmill vane part. And I have 4.5 bags left to finish. So really close. And yeah, like I said, if I can't get it to go to actually operate correctly, I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, overall, really fun build, other than the, few spots here and there, which are absolutely user error on my part. There is some finicky stuff, like trying to get all the exterior pieces to attach and all that, but really enjoying it. I am glad I'm almost done. And that's one of the things that I like so much about the Star Wars ships, which are some of my favorite things to build, is it doesn't have the movement items. It doesn't have the really technical stuff. Also, hi Kim, hello Mrs. Bone Daddy. Thank you both so much for coming in. Appreciate it as always. But yeah, really enjoying it. Ready to be done. Ready to get back to my usual significantly moving parts with gears and stuff like that. But yeah. So like I said, I think that's going to be Friday. So I'm on tonight. Right now, Wim is scheduled to be on tomorrow night, and then I'll be back Thursday, and then I think we're going to do a co-stream on Friday, and then we'll be back to, because I for sure should be done with mine on Friday, based off the number of pieces that I have left and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I have 101 steps left to go, and the steps on mine are pretty quick. You know, it's usually like 5 or 6 pieces maybe per step. So feeling really good about my ability to finish that, and then we'll find some more stuff. So they become the builds that never end. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And it was funny. I was actually in, before I went live, I was hanging out over in Furian's stream, which if you're not familiar with Furian, he is a part of the Unleashed stream team. Plays a lot of Overwatch, a lot of Fortnite. And I think he is doing some variety gaming, but I think those are the two that I see him play most frequently. So popped in there, and you know, we're kind of chatting about that a little bit, and he was playing Fortnite with Wit at that point. So he was talking to me, and she's like, "Wait, what? What?" You know, she heard steampunk windmill, and she's like, "Wait, what?" She's like, "Is that a Lego set?" I'm like, "Well, it's a different brand, but yeah, it's a brick building set." She's like mid-match of Fortnite. I think she might have been knocked down at that point or something. But she's mid-Fortnite match, and she's looking it up. She's like, ooh. So, may have done a little influencing on that one. But, you know, we're here for it. We all influence each other. It's terrible. So, but yeah, so tonight we're gaming. I need to work on my Dreamsnap because I want to bunch of enablers. Yes, we are. We all do it to each other. But yeah, so I do want to work on my Dreamsnap tonight because the infinite skip system should be in. So hopefully, I haven't voted on any Dreamsnaps this week, but I want to make sure that I get one in for next week and see, you know, how that kind of impacts the voting process and stuff like that. We'll see if it makes a huge difference. I don't know. You know, I've never been confident in my ability to consistently make 4K snaps. I've gotten a couple and I've been really happy about it. So maybe I can lock in a little bit this evening and see how that goes. And I also really, I know I'm not behind because I know that other than the timeline, which we have, how many days is it? Games. The time shows like 50 something days for the current star path, which is weird because one spot it said like 47, the other one it said it like 56 or something like that. The last time we had looked. Hi, Strix. Welcome in. Ooh, a candy necklace. Enjoy your chalk. Well, hi. Ooh, I forgot I'd put in the code for these. So, if you are a Disney Dreamlight Valley player and you have not collected them yet, I need to find the code. So there is a code.
He unleashed his load all over me.
Speaking of Furian, hi Furian, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Hope the rest of your Overwatch games went well, or as well as they could. So there are a couple of active codes that are happening right now. So there is a round rainbow garden and a butterfly tiara. And I'll post the code in the Discord, but it's just DDV Pride 2026 for a round rainbow garden and butterfly tiara. and post that before I forget. So those are really cute. And then I'm here on a whim. Yeah, get off whim. Yeah. It'll be okay. Oh, and then the Parks Fest has started as well. Okay, so from June 10th to June 30th, get ready to bring the fun and wonder of Disney parks to your valley with the Dreamlight Parks Fest. I have a boatload of buttons left from last year, so I think I'll be okay this year. We'll see. This year, Woody and Buzz have a surprise for you. Take part in their weekly quest to unlock unique rewards. All right. So, events. Dang it, Strix! Okay, so first, it was furniture sets. Well, let's see. Okay, so here is the round rainbow garden. So it's, you know, pretty standard round garden with rainbow flowers. The flowers are really pretty. I love the rainbow in there. And then the butterfly tiara that's cute too. All right, okay, Gameloft, you did okay on this one. And they usually do pretty well, you know, like the Forest of Valor crown out of the Grand Exhibition is very cute as well. Like, most of the time, their outfits really hit. And I did unlock the tiger hat, too. Nobody tell Herm. And the Tiggerific bucket hat. Love it. But yeah, they usually do a pretty good job with the cosmetics. BRB telling Herm. I'd be a little surprised if he didn't already have it. Or at least have purchased the ability to unlock it. Okay. So, let's... Okay, I was going to say, is that not working? Now that I've done a couple of streams to YouTube as well, I think I have everything set up, so I'm actually going to start going live consistently over there too. So this is, I happened to glance over and it looked like it was not working, so I was going to fix that, but we're good. So yeah, I'm going to run through, I'm going to check out my shops really quick, because I have not done this. I will say that I'm really happy with the change that they made to the shops, where it makes it more likely that you get items that you don't have already. It seems like consistently I've gotten at least one new item pretty much every day since the most recent patch came out last week. So yeah. Ooh, Alpine Cottage Vanity is cute. So I feel like that's a really good change.
Thank you kindly.
And it's just, you know, it's a simple thing, but the fact that they finally heard from the people who were like, I can't get this stuff and it's really annoying. So then we go back to the bind. Oh, I don't have the Fugu quest yet. One of the things that I've heard a lot of people struggling with is apparently there is at least one hello lion statue star path task, which requires you to fish up Fugu, which are only available from gold pools only when it rains, and it's like, what are y'all doing here? because as it stands, Switch players cannot see when it's raining, so they just kind of have to guess or figure, you know, find ways to figure out if it's raining, and I know that's causing a lot of frustration. So, curious who made that decision. Okay. I've got one item out of here already, so that's pretty much it for that one. Well, GG Switch players, pretty much I'd crash out. Yeah, a lot of people have been, and they're like, oh, well, you know, they're saying like, because they can't see it. And so a lot of them are like, they're finding ways around it, and they're like, oh, plant a crop on your beach and just check the map like when you see the weather change. So Catspur, apparently Switch players, and I don't know if this is both Switches or just the Switch 1, but they can't see when it's raining in your valley. And one of the tasks right now for the Star Path requires you to fish up fugu, which are only available when it's raining on Dazzle Beach. And so they're getting frustrated because they can't tell when it's raining, and so they're missing out on being able to complete that task. And so they're like, oh, you know, a lot of people have come up with the, I'm on Switch 2, I don't know if I've encountered rain yet. Yeah. So a lot of people are saying basically put a, you know, plant a crop on your beach, and then whenever you see the weather change to look like it would be raining, check the map and see if that crop is watered, so that then they can, they'll know that it's raining, actually raining on the beach, and be able to go fish stuff up. So it's a good solution, but it's also like, it shouldn't really have to be a solution.
Hope you have a bull market day.
The other thing that I wanted to do, and I meant to post a video about it, or at least kind of a walkthrough on TikTok, because I've had good experiences and good... Ooh. Oh, it's the mosaic. That's cool. I've gotten good feedback on my... Olaf's, I just said the name of it like 2 minutes ago. Not Grand Bazaar. Grand Exhibition. I've gotten pretty good feedback about the Grand Exhibition posts that I've done. So I was going to also post just a really quick walkthrough. If you have not found it yet, Furniture Exhibition. Yeah, thank you, Jen. If you have not found it yet, there is a Mythic Muses vase that is available in the Hercules realm. Switch players, what rain? Well, I guess it's more like fuck. Okay, that's a good one. If you have not found it yet, there is a Mythic Muses vase available from the Hercules realm that just requires you to take 5 pictures in that realm. So if you go in, not Floating Islands, Realms, and I'll probably go back and clip this later, but so you can collect the Muses vase, and what you're going to do is whenever you come into the realm, you're going to look, I've already collected mine, so they'll be colored in, but throughout the realm, they look like spray painted outlines or like graffiti or something like that of the 5 muses from the Hercules movie. And so what you'll do is you'll find the outlines and take a picture with them. And I think this is kind of like a guidepost or whatever to get us familiar with this process for the upcoming event for the mementos. Is that what it is? I don't think that's the right name for it. Anyway, I may or may not have posted a pic of my cat in his onesie and disky. I love that. I'm going to have to look at that. Cats in onesies are so cute. Even if it drives them a little bit crazy. But if you go through the Hercules realm and find the 5 muses, the outlines, and you take pictures, whenever you collect the 5th one, it will let you, I believe, craft that vase. So if you're looking for the Muses vase, the first one, whenever you come into the Hercules realm, you just immediately take a left, and it's on the back side of this thorn, the base of the statue here. It's right on the back side of it. The second one, so whenever you come, again, in from the entrance, take a right at the waterfall, and as you come this way, it's here on the left-hand side, just past the waterfall. For the third one, from the second muse here, just do a total 180, run down the path this way toward the 2 statues up here, and then whenever you get to these, take a left, and it's here on the rock. That's the third one. For the 4th muse, if you go back to the second one and take a right, and you're just going to continue and then go into this entrance on the left where you go to the Pantheon, where my words are just not with me tonight. Basically where you finish the realm. It's on the path right here. So this is the 4th one. And then for the 5th one, if you just keep going all the way across the bridge, and this one you need to, whenever you first get in here, there'll be big purple rocks blocking this that you need to upgrade your pickaxe. It's a temporary upgrade for the quest. There'll be big purple rocks blocking this, so you need to knock these down. And then the 5th muse is on this pillar on the far left-hand side. So once you've unlocked all 5 of those, you should have, I think, all of the parts for it. And then you just come over to the crafting table, and it'll show up as a quest item, like a specific thing here. Otherwise, if you just go all furniture and you search for muse, and it's not here. Okay, so that may be one that is either you have to buy it from Scrooge. I'm not sure. But you craft the first one to put it together, and then the second one, or others beyond that, maybe you have to talk to Scrooge. I'll go double check. The other item that we can get out of this realm is... No. I can't look at it right now. Furniture collection. Furniture sets. I don't think it's the Herculean wall plates. The obstacle course plaque. So there are 2 pieces to this plaque. I don't remember where the first one comes from, but assuming it's going to be somewhere near the obstacle course area. So just if you go over to the obstacle course, you'll get one, I believe, from the first time that you finish the obstacle course. And then basically you run it again, and there will be another chest that shows up the second time through the obstacle course to get you the plaque. And it disappeared, but it's right here at the end. It'll show up. So you'll do the running course for the realm, and then the obstacle course as a part of just the progression in the realm. And then the second time through this actual obstacle course, there'll be a chest that you get the second piece of that from. Hi, Crafty Simmer, welcome in. So those are the 2 bonus items that you can get out of the Hercules realm. The other thing is, if anybody is looking for them, I know there is currently one piece of furniture that is... It's one of the benches. It's currently flagged incorrectly as a Cinderella item. Let me scroll through and find it. Yeah, the Grecian stone bench. So if you're trying to use the Grecian stone bench, if you're looking specifically for Hercules items, this one presumably is, since it says Grecian, supposed to be in the Hercules area. It's currently in the Cinderella area. So if you go looking for that bench, it's there. Hi, Phil. So at this point, let me talk to Scrooge really quick.
Good day to you.
To order or sell some items, furniture. Do I have the ability to? I don't think I do. Okay. So yeah, it looks like right now we are only able to get one of the Muse pots, which is too bad. But hopefully that's something that's just an oversight that they'll add. Maybe like as a part of the next patch or something, just since it seems like it's supposed to be kind of a secret quest item or whatever, it might be a thing that they'll add it later. Okay. The other thing, like I said, so I'm finished with the treasure hunt event, which the treasure hunt event does end basically tonight. There's 5 hours left on that. The Parks Fest starts first thing tomorrow morning. So just be ready for that if that's something that you're interested in. Although, I do have the books for all of this. It's all the recipes. Okay, cool. Which I think I might have most of these already. But we'll go ahead and learn the recipes, just that way we're prepared for tomorrow. So we got that done. Go drop the stuff off in my house. Here. So get rid of most of that. Okay, so where... Let's look at the Dreamsnap again. Dreamsnaps. Current challenge is legendary moments. So... create a world of wonder with fantastical creatures like Phil and Tinkerbell, satyr, fairy, or even alien. Dress up and play with mythical companions and creatures. Okay. So I feel like... Bold, yellow, playful, and wondrous. I don't know what I want to do here. Okay, chat. I'm going to let somebody pick. Basically, if you have a specific legendary character Or, let me hear it. And Kim, I swear to God, if you say anything about Plock. Mushu, alright. We got Mushu. So, where do we want to...
I got a job that's perfect for a kid like this.
Where do we want to do this? Because I've got Mulan's house over here. I love me a Mushu. Mushu is amazing. Also a fan of Mushu. I wish there was a kind of like a this area might work. Okay, I have plenty of these scattered all over the place, so I'm gonna do this. That's funny. Talking about Mushu and Mulan memory pops up. Love that. There. So we'll get all of this stuff cleaned up. I meant to also, Scar, you're being relocated for the day, or for the, until I get my Dreamsnap done at least. Because I want to use your space. Yeah, Mushu is so much fun. What I really want out of this area is just the nice, dry stuff. That has to stay. That's fine. Okay. No. Does anybody remember, I can look it up too, the volcano stuff from the last Star Path? Elements of Nature Star Path. I mean, you'd have to be crazy to not love Strix. Okay. Lava. Liquidata magma. Oh, you know what? That's fine. Magma. You're so crazy. Hi, Aaron. Welcome in. You can't. So I'm going to go talk to Scrooge because I want more of the magma. Wish for denial.
Hello.
I'd like to order some items. Furniture. Lava. Not kava, lava. because we do things in round numbers.
Time to
I
make
do
some
love
money.
the ability to just drop like 500k on stuff for Dreamsnaps. I'd much rather do it with star coins than, you know, moonstones. Okay, so and it was lava stone stream. So I'm kind of thinking like some sort of dragon battle. Just trying to get some of the theming laid out here. How's everybody else doing? How's your Tuesday? I hope it was as kind as it could be. And then you got me out of Paleo and into DDV, so way to go. Sorry? Move this over here, actually. Aaron, the only reason I would think that that would be a bad thing is if now she's second-guessing her Dreamsnap, which I really hope she's not. Because, as usual, Wim created an absolutely beautiful one. And I absolutely don't want to do that. It's not a no, I'm not. Oh, but thank you for the reminder to get a pick of the change that I did yesterday. Yes, show us. Show us all. Lava Creek. That's it? That's it? Weak. Alright. So we also have a flowing volcano. How big is that? Ooh. Okay. So let me put that down for the moment. I'm just trying to catch this third fugu while it's raining. I'm finding 0 golden bubbles. Oh. Aaron, do you have fishing potions, or do you want to request one so that you can get it really quick? Also, I love how I did this, like, trying to get my brain to... You're very welcome. Let's see. And then we'll grab that. Because I absolutely have that happen too, where it's like, oh, brain. Yeah, think about the thing. Breaker just flipped and interrupted the streams. Yes, stabbing is absolutely appropriate in that situation. don't know. Yep. Get your stabs out. We're going after Casper's Breaker. Oh, friends. So I have somebody dabbling in new emotes, and I got to see Women. I got to take a look at the first couple today. They're so good. Oh, you got it. Yes. Fantastic. I'm very glad to hear that. They're going to be really good. And one of them is going to be freaking hilarious. Like, yeah. And some of the ones that we do currently have will be staying, because I know that if I try to take Jen's money gun away, there's probably going to be hell to pay. And then we just got Whim's Disco Cat. Hi, Matt. I still need to get an audio cue for you. Maybe I'll go back through your clips or your videos and see if I can find one of you saying, "Okay, buddy." But yeah, so they're they're going to be very good. They are they're not the same. It is not the same person who did Matt's, which that person did come very highly recommended, because obviously they did Matt's. But it's another person who is also very talented. And like I said, if the rest of them steal Zia's boobs redeem, we'll go very literal on that one, and I'll go check it out. But yeah. The handsome devil, yes. Matt, if you're here just lurking, that's totally okay, and I appreciate it. But if you're feeling like chatting, I hope the rest of your day was good. How did the games go? I hope everything went well. But like I said, if you're just feeling like hanging out, that's totally okay too, and do not feel obligated whatsoever. Let's see. I'm going to go grab some more of the volcanic stone as well. Also, for just a split second there, just got home. Need snack. Acquire snack. Hashtag priorities. Okay. Volcanic rock.
Thank you kindly.
There's a lot about this valley that reminds me.
Strix is more than a snack. I love everybody so much. Furniture and volcanic. also, as of last night's stream, we are officially at 475 followers, which I know we've talked about it a little bit, but at 500, I will officially be opening up the merch store. So we're getting really close on that. And then I think the deal was also that I would play Plock at 500 followers too. So a little bit of the good, a little bit of the bad on that one. But looking forward to that. Still working on ideas. I know we have a couple of shirt ideas. One of which is definitely going to be a Jen is a Shark exclusive. Let's see. Which means that I also need to come up with a Whim exclusive and a Kimchilada exclusive. Okay, so there's that. Let me actually pull this out. I mean, to be fair, you're my number one favorite. It's Riz Manas. I wish we had a bigger, like, fire kind of thing. I'm trying to think if there's a better way to do this. Grapes acquired. Good choice. It's been a while since I've had just regular grapes. I'm sure that there have been multiple instances where Wim has said, hey, shall we get some grapes? And I have not gone for it. Basketball was good, just a lot of driving. Yeah. Are you coaching this one, or are you just there as dad on these? Dad and fan, since most of the kids I coach are also on the same. Okay. feel like I want to put one more rock over here. So let me move that over here. It's good that you get to go and watch and cheer on the kids, though. Although, I suppose that they're probably, based on what you've talked about with your kids a little bit, they're more of the, not even kids anymore, like, teenagers. Okay, so what else can I put in here? Last year with them? Ooh. That's tough. I feel like I just went through a war with this cat. Is it medication time, Boney? Let's see how. Yeah, that's not really doing a whole lot. This is Bone Kitty. Okay, so... I feel like I need some sort of something else. I like the lava part so far. Underbrush, is there anything that would really fit here? I'm thinking no. Probably not. Let's see. Ferns. Yeah, because I feel like the area is going to be really inhospitable because it's a bunch of freaking magma. The thorn vines could be good. How do they look? Okay, like that. I wish the not hit boxes, but the floor plot things were a little bit better on some of these. Footprints would be the word that I was looking for. I swear I speak English. I don't want to do that because I don't want to lose that one. Anybody need a Royal Cernuck plush? Oh no. Okay. Oh yeah, it's that time again. They put out new plushies and nobody can find them. Except for the people who find like 8 of them. Let's see, I think, yeah, if I do that, I lose that one. Let me, nope, can't move that. It was running past me, so I hit it. It's always the ones when you least expect it. I think that was how I got my first rainbow tip butterfly plush. I was just out. I was running through Bahari, and I was on my way somewhere. I'm just running down the middle of the road, and it appeared like right in front of me so fast that I didn't even have time to like think and call it out. I was just like, you know, hit a couple of smoke bombs, and it had the plush. It was like, oh, feels bad. Ran on for hours with Golden Almond and Boney today, got nothing. Yep. That do be how it goes. I haven't even encountered the actual RTB. Oh no. They are elusive little frickers. Okay, I like that. I'm definitely keeping the Raven because it looks really good. Also going to companions. So I'm keeping Maleficent's Raven. What's the other one? What's the other one that I even have out right now? Probably not the Black Sea Turtle, even though thematically that would work. Oh, Miko. Miko would be the other one that I have. I feel like the other one is going to be the Nightly Dragon. Okay. Costumes? Do I have a costume that I want to work with here? Not the lava flow. I'm thinking something nighty. Like actual armor, not... Let's see. So that could be a good one. Or I could go with the Dreamlight armor. I feel like the Dreamlight armor is going to match the dragon a little bit more. The hat has to go. Not the helm. Probably won't. Well, the cat has calmed down. He's laying in the carrier now. Still pissed about being back in the onesie, though. Well, then maybe he just needs to heal up sooner. Which I know he doesn't have any control over, but you quit being a jerk. Okay, so I think I'm going to skip a hat. Go with the hairstyle, though. I'm thinking something like really braided. Probably not that one. I forgot I had the Anakin hairstyle. Only 8 more days. We're getting him a cone tomorrow, but till then he's stuck in the onesie. Okay, kind of digging the Merida hair. which, yes, I have a type. I can't help it. Okay, I think I'll leave it like that. Wings, not going to go with the ancient glass, although I do really like those. Let's see, sword and shield. Merida's hair is the only hair I use. It's closest to mine. It's good hair. I need to change this. I'm going to put it back for the actual picture, but just being able to see what my character looks like right now. Wardrobe. I was looking at back pieces. That's good so far. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, the quiver's good. Okay, so I think we'll go with the quiver. Do I have accessories? Probably not. Oh. How do I not have a sword? I'm sure it was probably in a star path at some point that I just don't have. Yeah, I don't have a sword or a bow. That's disappointing. Phone was vibrating, making sure it wasn't work. Yeah, the pixel sword and shield from Vanellope. She wears glasses and she fights dragons. We got it. Aside from some lightsabers, there's not a lot of weapons in the Disney universe. You know. I feel like because we have Maleficent and Aurora, I feel like at some point we're going to get Prince Philip. I think that's the prince from Sleeping Beauty. So I would imagine that he would have one that we'd be able to get probably out of like a star path or whatever. Because I feel like at some point we need Philip, we need Prince Charming. I was actually doing some tinfoil hatting down a rabbit hole the other day with trying to come up with educated guesses for which characters we could be seeing in the near future. I think right now, I think I decided that Charming was probably the next one of the potential next ones. I don't think it's going to be Meg. I think Meg is going to be... There's too much interest for Meg for her to come in a free update. And I feel like Philip would be a good option, but since his characters are the characters that he's associated with are behind a paid DLC, he would also not be high on that list. Whereas Charming, Fairy Godmother's base game, Cinderella's free update base game. So I feel like he would be a good one because we have Eric, we have Beast. So I feel like now that we're most of the way through the princesses, I know we still have Raya left, Raya. I feel like he would be a good option because he kind of starts rounding out the princes a little bit too. Shang could be another good one. I think that's the guy's name from Mulan. Yeah, Rapunzel, Flynn, and Maximus are in 3 different DLCs. That's true. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think we'll go with the. I feel like the bow and arrows are going to stand out a little bit more, or the arrows at least. So I feel like the sword and shield. Stephanie, thank you so much for that raid. Hi, Raiders. Welcome in. How you doing? Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. Hi, Nyan. Hello, D. Hi, Sugarberry Crossing. Thank you so much for coming in with that raid. I really appreciate it. And yes, welcome in, Raiders. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. If we have not met, first, Raiders, thank you all so very much for coming in. I really appreciate it.
He unleashed his load all over me.
Love that audio. It's Stephanie. Thank you so much for that raid. I really appreciate it. Welcome in. I hope you're having a great evening. I do appreciate the raid. If you do need to raid and run, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, if you want to hang out, always welcome to do that as well. And then for our friends that did come along with that raid, same goes for you. I know you've been hanging out for a while. If you need to go, and Stephanie and anybody else as well, if you need to go pet your pets, say hello to your partners, go say hello to your kids or your family or whatever. If you need to go take your meds, go to the bathroom, food, drink, all of that good stuff. Thank you so much for coming over with that raid. I really appreciate it. If we have not met, hello, I am Amanus. I am a variety streamer on Twitch. I'm also a professional voiceover artist, dice goblin, tabletop role-playing game player, avid reader, tech nerd, former-ish recovering WoW addict, and a big fan of cooking and baking. Some of the games to get to know me, some of my favorites are The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, of which we got an announcement of a remaster that is coming to the Switch 2 later this year. Super excited about that. I need to pet Jen. Ayo. I mean, I don't think she'd mind. Super excited about the Ocarina of Time remaster that's coming. We didn't see any gameplay, but we got a video, so I'm happy. Really excited about that. Also a big fan of Pathfinder 2nd Edition tabletop game. Currently playing Disney Dreamlight Valley. It's a good one. Big fan of Palia, and then also a huge fan of Loftia, where I'm actually a Loftia partner. We're really looking forward to the release of that coming up in fall 2026. No idea about the specific date or anything, but looking forward to that too. So a lot of really good games coming out. Just excited for all of the cool stuff. But how are you? How was your stream? What were you up to? Hi, fellow Loftia partner. Hello. Lots of really good stuff coming. Really excited for all of the cool games. And then we also have, what is that? Oh, because we're in that area. Really excited for Grand Theft Auto coming soon as well. Checked out the demo for Moonlight Peaks. Super cool. I think Wim was talking about, she's really excited about that one as well. I have not looked at anything from the from that showcase the other day, so I need to do that. But I know there's a lot of really amazing games that are coming out of that, so really excited for that. We love cozy games. Right now we're working on our... I had it, I remembered it earlier, I do not remember it anymore. We are working on the Legendary Moments Dreamsnap for this week. We'll get that submitted tonight, and then working on the my brain does not want to cooperate today, I tell you. Working on the Godly Glamour Star Path, because I've made very little progress on that, and we're just having a good evening. So okay, so I feel like I need something to fill in kind of the areas in the middle. I feel like it needs to be some kind of foliage, but I don't know what. I feel like flowers are not going to quite fit the vibe of what's happening there. What do we have in terms of crafting? Decor. Ooh, the landing wall could be good. Just to kind of fill that in a little bit in the back. Let's see, giant meatball, no. Let's see. Ancient pillar, stall, tack rack. Archery target, scarecrow wreath, blind barrier. I need to go resource farming. There's a lot of stuff in the middle area here that I just don't have stuff for, which I think the bulk of it comes from the Rift in Time DLC. And I don't spend enough time in there. And just, for the most part, kind of skipped over it. Let's see. So, no go on the decor. Excuse me. Foliage. I feel like there's not going to be a whole lot there that I want to use. Landscaping. The sun-baked earth wasn't really working for that. You know what, let me go back and try that again. Maybe I just wasn't giving it enough space to work with.
And to think this wretched place is someone's idea of paradise.
Go path, sun-baked earthen road. Yeah, you can't really tell too well that it's there, but undo that and alright, so let me pull that, move that. One of those, put stuff down and then take 3 things off. Did not mean to do that. Meant to turn that. Put that over there. Okay, like that. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Feels a little less cluttered and messy. Actually, I think I want to do that way, though. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. Can I fit that there now? No. Let's see, turn that. Yeah, I'll leave that. Well, that's actually okay, because I'm going to want a little bit of a spot here for my person to stand. Do that. And then, I'm taking the picture. If I do... So if I can get it to where she's standing like here, facing this way, and then Mushu facing the other way, maybe? So I can do another thorn like here. I can pull this up this way. That way I can get some stuff a little bit closer into the camera. That's not going to work. That's a little bit better, probably. Okay, I think I like that. Okay, so I'm feeling good about most of the area right now. I think I want her over here. I still feel like I want to put something. There's open space that I want to fill in, but I'm not sure with what.
The villagers here are so
Let's see, collection. Hi, Alt. Welcome in. How are you? Happy Tuesday. Let's see. Basically, let's just scroll through. I'm good now that I'm home from work. Glad to hear it. We love being home from work. Appreciate you spending some time with us. Someday we'll all be independently wealthy and we won't have to deal with that. What can I put down? Ooh, I could do the the dinosaur eggs could be good. I need to see how big those are. Frozen. Oh, the crystals could be good up there too. Okay. It's me, I think I've just had an epiphany. If they will fit, I feel like the crystals would be good here. Crystal. Small pink. I wish we were able to do like clusters of these crystals. Okay, so get rid of that one, get rid of that one. Small blue. Put that over there. I am working on my Dreamsnap for the week in Disney Dreamlight Valley. So this week's theme for these is called Legendary Moments. So I'm working on setting up a an epic battle between my character and Mushu the dragon. So right now I'm trying to fill in some of this space a little bit. Okay, so... Okay, I think I like that. I did hear that they're coming out with a new Spyro game. I'm very excited about that. I actually put in my to-do list in our mod chat that I need to play the other Spyro games because it has been a minute since I played those. But yeah, I heard about the new Spyro game. I heard from the... I watched part of the Nintendo Direct this morning, and I think I'd heard previously about Kingdom Hearts 4, but heard more about that, so looking forward to that. I'm exceptionally excited about the Ocarina of Time remaster, remake, whatever they're calling that. Really looking forward to that. They're absolutely cooking with the video games this year. Okay. So, available villagers. Okay. So I feel like I want to fill in with some sort of brush or something. I don't... I'm not sure which. I think these are going to be... Yeah, those are going to be too big. Also, they're in a very lava-esque area, and I don't feel like that's going to work. Let's see. I don't know if I have any flowers that would work for that area, just because it is kind of a desolate area. I want to get something in there.
No, it's so...
No, wrong one. Yeah, really looking forward to that. For those of you that did watch, I played all three on PS4 and 100% the first two. I think I got like 95% or so on the third one. Awesome. Yeah, I need to look. I think we have them available somewhere. So I'm going to check and see if we do. And get those on the schedule at some point. Because I remember they were a lot of fun. It's just been a very long time since I played any of them. I do have Xbox Game Pass, yes. So if they're on there, that makes it even better. It's on there? Okay. Very cool. Then yes, that will absolutely be happening in the near future. I'll probably wait until they're a little bit closer to coming out with the fourth one. I don't know if they've actually announced the date yet. But when they do, that'll definitely hit the list of games to play. Alright, let's go see. I don't know if it'll be placeable because it is a gemstone. Sometime in 2027. Okay. Split. Oh. Cool. Does work. Love that for this. I feel like I want to try and get one more right there. Turn it. Oh, I just put that one right where I was going to have her stand. So you're going to go over here instead. But yeah, really looking forward to, like I said, the Spyro game, which you brought up. Definitely looking forward to the Ocarina of Time remake. I will probably try and, because I've played Kingdom Hearts very briefly before, so I would like to try that one again, and then the third part of the Final Fantasy VII game is also, I believe, coming out relatively soon. So that'll definitely also be on the list. Are you... Game, please. I don't off the top of my head, but I can pull it up. Let's see, return. So spring 2027, and it'll be available on all of the platforms at the same time. So yeah, Revelation, it's due out simultaneously across Nintendo Switch 2, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC via Steam and Epic Game Store in spring 2027. So, and I think I actually have the first, if not the first and second part of that one. You got the other two on the PS5? Yeah. I believe I also have the first two from the PS5 store. Mushu. Think you getting a Nintendo Switch 2 soon? They are slowly starting to get better games available on it. I think they still have some progress to make as far as like original games for the Switch 2. Very excited for Ocarina of Time and for the Star Fox game. But I feel like they still could be better.
You are in the presence of a legend.
You know that, right?
Laughing, confused, sad.
Seriously?
Idle, selfie. Okay.
Yeah. What?
So yeah, I feel like they still have some room to go as far as like first party original titles, because we do still absolutely need a new Zelda game. I'm hoping that based off the fact that they're re-releasing Ocarina of Time, that the whatever new title they're working on will be closer to that style than it was something like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. I would prefer a more linear game in the original style, but we'll see. Yeah, I almost... So one of the things that they announced in the Direct today is there is a demo of the new Star Fox game available on the Switch 2 right now. That is one of the levels from Star Fox. I think it's technically it's the training area and then one of the levels from the game. So I thought about trying that out tonight, but it looks absolutely beautiful. I have a friend who she's actually a Star Fox score runner. So she works really hard to get good scores on the game, and she's really looking forward to it. She played it a little bit today. And is doing really well with it. Okay, I like the idea of this, but I need to up the character lighting. I'm really happy with how this is coming together. I wish I could get Mushu more lighting. Or a bigger dragon. Or a bigger lizard. That seems to be a little bit better with the highlights. Want to try the Zelda remake, play the Zelda game since the original Nintendo. I'm really looking forward to it. You know, we've heard rumors of it for a while, and honestly, like, we made it through most of that direct, and I was kind of whelmed. Not that, you know, they're not giving us amazing games, and I know that the people who enjoy the games that they saw are really looking forward to them. But I was whelmed up until the music kicked in, and I was like, okay, I'm in, I'm good. we can do this. Okay, so I don't want to do that. That's too narrow. I like this one. I wish it was easier to swap characters and stuff like that around without having to leave the, like, all of my settings and stuff. Okay, I'm going to submit that. Also, you have the Zelda that was the gold cartridge. Awesome. I love that. I know a lot of people are hoping that whenever they put out the new Ocarina of Time remake, that it's on a gold Switch 2 cartridge. Okay, I need my Dreamsnap experts' help here. Lighting is changing. I don't know, because like I like this one because you can see the characters a little bit better, but I think I like it darker because it makes that orange glow really stand out. Okay, let me do that. Let me... Collection, photo gallery. Yeah, I feel like that one's too fuzzy. Sorry, needed to stand up and stretch. Yes, you can submit dream snaps from your gallery. That way, if you know, if you like the lighting, but you only want to tweak like one or two things, you can take multiple pictures of the same snap with just things slightly tweaked a little bit, and then go just save them to your gallery, and then go through and see which one you prefer the most, or like you can share them or whatever we can, and then submit them straight from your gallery. Yes, game changer. Okay, so I feel like this one, I feel like I'm too close. Would have saved me so much time. Now you know. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Yeah, I feel like this one is too close. I like this one a little bit better just because it is pulled back a little bit. I don't totally care for the empty space right here. But that's manageable. Like, that's such a not a big deal at all. I really do feel like I'm happy with this one. I do wish we had a bigger dragon. Sorry, Mushu. Do we have a bigger dragon? Furniture. Dragon. Oh. Oh, that, nope, that's going to be too big. That's going to kick anything. That's going to kick all of that stuff out of place. Well, let me see how it looks. Because if nothing else, if I don't like it, I've already got ones submitted. Thank you so much for sticking through those ads, friends. I really appreciate it. Okay, so let's try that. Okay, but you need to face to your right, not... Okay, let me get rid of the critters and the companions. Yeah, I feel like if I'm going to do that, I need to put some of this back. I can't get this lit up though. Hmm. Turn down the lighting, turn down the bloom a bit. No, you're not the yellow one, Bree. And hello, welcome in. Now, wait a second. Yeah, I wonder how many of us are working on them. It'll be good. We got this. We got this, friends. Now, what the heck? Hmm. I really wish there was a better way to light this thing. Yeah, I've already submitted one with Mushu. I was trying to see if I could make this dragon work, just because, you know, the Mushu one is funny, haha, because tiny dragon, big person. I was hoping I could make this one work, but I can't get the lighting right. And I could do, like, you know, a different time of day to get more lighting on him. It's like I could do that and then turn the light bloom up to get the lava to stick out more. Fix the vignette. Turn up the focus to cut that a little bit. Bring the character lighting back down so that's not so harsh. I also picked kind of a bad angle to do this at. Because I'm basically either getting caught up on the rocks right here, or if I go from this angle, I've got my characters back to the image, to the camera. Not fully happy with mine, but I just submitted it. Catsper, good for you. Like, honestly, I don't normally say this because this is how we get people who are just submitting selfies and stuff like that. But I'm glad that you got something submitted. I tell myself the selfies are children. I get less annoyed. Probably a good way to handle it. Plus, now we have unlimited skips, so it's less of a problem. Alright, so if I do this. I feel like this is kind of a lot of wasted space, and I don't really have anything here. So I'm getting the depth from the magma, the vine, and the volcano, and all of this. I'm not happy with that. That could work. Okay, so let me capture that. Let me save that to my gallery. So if I do this, okay, why are you? That's like the third or fourth one that it has not saved to my gallery, even though I told it to. That is really frustrating. All right, which one do I have submitted right now? Jack submission. Okay. Let's see. Collection, photo gallery. I think I'm gonna submit one of these two. I feel like I like this one better because it's a little bit better of an angle on her face. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this one. Nine hours to spare. We'll take it. Okay. So, I didn't put in a submission for this one, but still going to vote anyway. Should probably talk about why I just voted for these. So, not really inspired by either one of these. I like this one, I think, better of the two, but I don't like that the character's back is to the camera. I know it's a different angle. I feel like there's not really anything I feel like to focus on here because she's kind of blocking the companion's nose, the critter's nose. And then her back is to the camera. The squirrel's back is to the camera. Like, I feel like if you're going to do something like this, turn it 180 degrees. And then you can see it looks like the rose thing from Beauty and the Beast is back here, but like, again, you're guessing because she's blocking that. So not that one. I do like this one a little bit better. I feel like the turtle could have been a little bit more this way, just as with always, empty space. If the turtle had been another, 2, 3, even a foot that way, I feel like it would have been better. And then something that I am still very guilty of, throw some flowers in here. Something. Fill up the space. We'll go with that one. Same thing with this one. Again, still guilty of it. I can't judge too harshly, but I love the rain. I love the kind of cozy feeling. I feel like I think there's a fire pit campfire. We just got one with Pocahontas. Put a campfire here. Like, I like the candles. Put down a campfire. And then some of the stuff over here off to the side I feel like is a little bit of a throwaway. Like, this person could have zoomed in more, put a campfire like here, and then use that like directly in front of the camera to give it depth. Yeah, zoom in a little bit. Okay. This one is pretty cute. I like that her back is to the camera, but she also is angling her face so that you can still see it. It's not being blocked. Finally got to the first relevant snaps in voting, and they're pitted against each other, and both are really good. I hate when that happens. Absolutely loathe it. I'm not always mad about someone's back to the camera. I agree. I feel like with the other one, and this is one of those opinion things, but I feel like with her back completely to the camera and then blocking the other character, it was hard to find something to focus on. Looking at this one, I'm fine with her back to the camera because you're at least getting the side profile. Right. Yeah, we are so limited on poses. You're absolutely right about that. Here, we're still getting the side profile of her face at least. So I feel like this works a little bit better for me. you know, I feel like this is good use of, I'm assuming this is a motif of Goofy. I think these are probably also both motifs, and again, very cute and good use of those. So yeah, I'm liking this one better out of these two. I really hope that they can, as they continue to make improvements to the Dreamsnaps system, they give us more poses and things like that too. It's not very likely, but a girl can hope. I like the concept on this one. I like the kind of adventure-y feel with the balloon and the mushrooms and the books and things like that. I do like this one. I feel like they could have done more with it, but I like the direction that they're heading with it. I keep hearing Wim saying stuff in the other room, and I'm not quite sure what she's saying. I like this one. I like that it's got the little reading tent, or, you know, tented bed here. The light box here with the magic stuff happening. Oh, I see. This one, let's see. I feel like the one on the right is a little bit more of a cozy space, just because it is a little more enclosed. Like, yes, it's still in the middle of the forest, but it's got that sense of closeness, having everything closed in. And like, I like the kind of adventure-y feel with this one, but when I think cozy kind of corner, I would lean more toward this one. So again, another one that's on the simple side, and it's, again, not necessarily a bad thing. I like the stack of books, comfy pillow for reading. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. Yeah, again, I like the direction that this one is headed. Let's see. I like this one, and I feel like, again, this one, she does have her back to the camera, but I feel like it still works because you are getting that profile, and like, she's looking out into a very open space. And so again, it kind of gives that sense of depth there. Could have turned Figaro around though, but I'm just nitpicky. I feel like that one. So I do like this one. I think my quote-unquote issue with this one is just where she's positioned. She feels very separated from everything that's happening around her. And it doesn't, her being kind of outside of it, I feel like isn't the cozy vibe that it was described as. Again, we love a good side profile. I love the flowers just very much, you know, in the cart right here, just helping kind of push that sense of depth. I like the butterflies, I like the floating candles, I like the books. We got our little snack going here. Okay. Let's see. So I feel like if it hadn't specified forest book nook, I really like this one, but it's inside. Other than that, like I really do like this one. And so I think that if it wasn't up against this one, I would have liked to have seen more books on this one. And I feel like push her back a little bit, just get her closer to everything that's happening behind her. Like get rid of one of these mushrooms, push the either get rid of the purple one and leave the blue one, and then whatever tree this is, put it here. Push the whole thing back like 2 feet, this whole front section, and just get more in it. But I am still voting for that. Excuse me. Alright, so I'm going to vote for 3 more, and then I'm going to wrap it up. Alright, so I like this one. I'm running into a lot of inside ones. Yeah. And on the one hand, on one level I get it, because it's to get the like shelves and things like that, for some of them you have to be inside, and so it makes sense. But I feel like there's things that you could do to, if you are inside, make it feel like it's outside still, because I feel like there's wallpapers and stuff like that that you could do that with, and some of the plants and things like that. The one that I ran across that was inside just had like the pillars and the bookcases and stuff like that, so it was like, it was very obviously inside, versus ones that, you know, try to hide a little bit the fact that they're inside. Because people do that pretty frequently, where they'll do things outside that are intended to be inside. One of them was inside, but it was very forest inspired, so I voted for that one. Yeah, absolutely. So for this one, good use of the outside bookshelves in Storybook Vale. So I'm imagining that it's maybe a somewhat newer player, and just using what they have resource-wise. Very cute. And same thing here. Potentially a newer player, using the stuff from the Storybook Vale. I do... This is kind of a tough one. I feel like I'm leaning more toward I feel like of the two of these, I'm leaning more toward the one on the left. Just because it feels like books are more of a presence in this one and the one on the left. You know, yes, there absolutely are books and bookshelves in this one, but it feels like they're behind everything that she's got kind of in a row here. And so it feels like they're here, but they're very separated out. Whereas with this one, it's like she's smack in the middle of a bunch of stacks of books. Again, looks like they're making use of those storybook veil areas, which absolutely understandable. Definitely feels cozy, nook-ish. I like that she's got a good amount of color going on, but not overwhelmingly so. Again, maybe a little bit more, you know, more of these plants or things like that up here to just, again, push that depth from the camera. This one is cute. I do like this one because she's got that kind of foresty ranger vibe a little bit. I feel like could have leaned a little bit more into the cozy part of it. You know, I do see that she's got, you know, kind of a picnic blanket thing happening here. Oh, excuse me. But of the two, I think I do prefer this one. Let's see. So with this one, I like this one. I wish the lighting was better. I feel like there's just too much bloom on this. Other than that, though, I like, again, good use of the books, the book stacks. Mannequins are an interesting choice. Yeah, I think the bloom just kind of is making that one difficult for me. This one I feel like, again, good use of the existing space with some of the books here. I feel like they could have gone further and tried to put down more books in these areas. This is just inside the Library of Lore. Yeah. And, you know, if they are like a newer player or something like that, they may not have access to a whole bunch of this stuff. So on the one hand, I kind of get it, but also like, yeah, do something a little more. Because there have been a couple like this where it's like, oh, you know, this is very obviously in the bind, or like this one, inside the Library of Lore. You know, I think I'm going to skip these. So I don't think either one is inherently bad. I just feel like they both could be better. So again, using that outside area in the bind, but also have put additional things with it. Yeah, I like both of these just off the bat already as well. I like the book pathing, just getting more books in here, the big stacks of books. The big dead space here, the dead space here is kind of detracting, but overall, I like this one. Let's see. I like this one. I think it's an interesting use of the off-kilter camera. Because it does make it stand out. Like all of the other ones, and I do this too, very straight on, direct. And I know that there are limitations for what you can do with the snaps once you do introduce that angle. Yeah, clever use of the motifs. Yes. Yeah, there was another one a little bit earlier that also had the motifs used fairly well. So, yeah, they did a really good job with the placement on these. I think of these two, I'm going to go with this one. Just because, again, it feels... I like that it's closer. It does give that sense of a little bit more of a cozy space and things like that. But they have a lot of depth going because you can see, like, this is way back there. So yeah, I'm going to go with this one. All right. You done? I'm done too. But yeah, so I have done that. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up for the evening. Thank you everybody so very much for coming and hanging out. I really appreciate it. Always very glad to have all of you here. Wim will be back at it tomorrow evening. Yeah, Wim will be back at it tomorrow. No, I was pretty much wrapping up anyway. I was just getting my moonies for voting. Yeah, Wim will be back at it tomorrow. Not 100% sure what she's up to. And then I'll be back on Thursday. I was like, wait, no. I'll be back at it Thursday. Not entirely sure what I'm going to be up to yet. Probably play maybe some Star Wars. Oh, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Let's go see which of our friends are doing what, and I'm gonna go play some Fortnite. Probably, sir. I run this show. I leave when I am good and ready to leave. Go live glitch and want to need someone to raid. Nailed it. It's against my religion. Okay. Whomst is doing what? Let's go see what's happening.
I wanna lizard and lizard and let it all lizard and lizard and lizard and let it lizard. We saying
I can keep making this joke. Oh, good lord. All right, friends. I'm going to go ahead and go into that ending screen, and I'm going to go find somebody to raid out to. I do hope everybody has a fantastic rest of your evening. I hope you all have a great day tomorrow.
Lizard, 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 lizard,
Good night, everybody. Button, please.